Something unusual moved through the energy around your connection last night, and very few people understood the depth of what was taking place. In a moment that seemed ordinary on the surface, your name entered a conversation where hearts were listening more closely than words could reveal, and what followed carried a weight that nobody expected. The atmosphere shifted quietly, and those present sensed that the answer being spoken came from a place far deeper than simple thoughts or passing emotions. There are moments in life when a person can no longer hide what their soul has been carrying for a very long time. The walls that once protected their feelings become thinner, and the truth begins finding its own path into the open. Last night was one of those moments, and whether anyone realized it or not, something meaningful was revealed through a voice that could no longer pretend indifference. The answer that emerged was not dramatic, loud, or filled with grand declarations. Instead, it carried the unmistakable sound of sincerity, the kind that catches people off guard because it cannot be manufactured. Those listening expected a casual response, yet what they received felt genuine enough to leave a lasting impression long after the conversation ended. Far beyond what anyone could see, unseen currents were moving through this experience. Emotional truths that had remained hidden beneath the surface began rising like sunlight breaking through morning mist, illuminating feelings that had been quietly growing in silence for much longer than most would imagine. Type Amen if this message resonates with your spirit. Sometimes people believe that important moments arrive with noise and attention, yet the most life-changing revelations often arrive softly. They appear in simple conversations, brief exchanges, and unexpected comments that carry extraordinary meaning beneath ordinary words. What happened last night belonged to that kind of moment. Your person may have spent a long time trying to understand their own emotions before speaking them aloud. Certain feelings can feel too sacred to explain, too complex to summarize, and too significant to expose before the right time arrives. Yet when your name entered the conversation, something within them chose honesty over hesitation. Those who heard their response noticed details that words alone could not explain. They sensed emotion hidden between sentences, warmth behind restraint, and sincerity beneath every carefully chosen phrase. The reaction came not only from what was said but from how it was said. Energy has a way of revealing what the mind attempts to conceal. No matter how carefully someone guards their feelings, the soul leaves traces everywhere it goes. Last night, those traces became visible enough that others could recognize them, even if your person never intended to reveal so much. Comment 333 and allow yourself to receive this message with an open heart. A deeper truth is unfolding beneath the surface of this story. It is not simply about words exchanged in a conversation. It is about the gradual transformation that occurs when someone begins accepting emotions they can no longer deny. Growth often begins in silence before it becomes visible to the outside world. For a long time, your person may have been carrying thoughts they rarely shared with anyone. Some feelings were protected out of caution, while others remained hidden because they required time to mature. Last night became a reflection of how far their heart has traveled from uncertainty toward clarity. The remarkable part of this moment is not that your name was mentioned. The remarkable part is that the energy surrounding your name inspired a response that felt different from anything people expected. There was a sincerity present that could not be ignored. Archangel Michael says that some connections carry lessons that extend beyond ordinary timelines. They awaken growth, encourage healing, and reveal hidden strengths within both individuals. Even when circumstances appear quiet, meaningful shifts continue happening beneath the surface. The people who heard that answer may not fully understand everything connected to your journey. They cannot see every memory, every silent prayer, every lesson learned through distance, patience, or personal growth. Yet even without knowing the entire story, they recognized that your name held significance. Type 777 if you are ready to embrace positive change. There are seasons when life seems to move slowly, causing people to wonder whether anything meaningful is happening at all. Yet beneath the surface, unseen preparations are taking place. Hearts evolve, perspectives change, and emotional understanding deepens in ways that become visible only later. Last night reflected one of those hidden developments. It revealed that your person has reached a place where certain truths no longer feel impossible to acknowledge. While they may still be processing their emotions, the direction of their heart has become increasingly difficult to ignore. The answer they gave was not powerful because of dramatic language. It was powerful because it carried authenticity. Genuine feelings possess a unique energy that people instinctively recognize, even when expressed through the simplest words. Many individuals spend years searching for certainty within themselves. They analyze, hesitate, and question every emotion they experience. Yet eventually a moment arrives when the heart becomes stronger than uncertainty. Last night reflected the beginning of that transition. My beloved child, there are times when patience feels difficult because the soul longs for visible evidence that something meaningful is happening. Yet growth often unfolds in quiet stages before becoming obvious. Trust that unseen progress remains progress nonetheless. Your journey has not been defined by every delay, misunderstanding, or period of silence. Instead, it has been shaped by resilience, inner wisdom, and the ability to continue moving forward despite uncertainty. These qualities have strengthened your spirit more than you realize. The energy surrounding this message encourages reflection rather than urgency. It invites you to recognize how much transformation can occur behind closed doors, beyond your awareness, and outside your direct control. Not every meaningful development requires your immediate involvement. What happened last night serves as a reminder that connections evolve continuously. Even when you cannot witness every step, movement is still taking place. Hearts continue learning, growing, and discovering truths that once seemed hidden. Comment 111 to welcome peace and clarity into your path. The answer that surprised everyone did not emerge from impulse. It came from accumulated experiences, quiet realizations, and emotions that had gradually strengthened over time. In many ways, it reflected an inner journey that had been unfolding for far longer than anyone present understood. There is a special kind of honesty that appears when a person speaks from the heart rather than from fear. That honesty carries a different energy. It feels lighter, clearer, and more authentic because it no longer depends on maintaining appearances. Those listening sensed that something genuine had surfaced. Even if they could not explain it logically, they felt it emotionally. Sometimes truth announces itself through feeling before it is fully understood through reason. Your name became a doorway into a deeper emotional reality, and your person stepped through that doorway more openly than expected. The result left an impression that lingered well beyond the conversation itself. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks. There is beauty in recognizing that meaningful connections often influence people in ways they rarely discuss publicly. Certain emotions become woven into daily life, shaping perspectives, decisions, and personal growth without drawing attention to themselves. Last night offered a glimpse into one of those hidden influences. It revealed that your presence continues to matter more than many people realize. The significance of a connection is not always measured by constant communication. Sometimes it is reflected in the lasting impact one person leaves upon another's heart. The soul remembers experiences that the mind occasionally struggles to explain. It carries impressions, lessons, and emotional truths that continue shaping future choices. Your person has been learning from those inner impressions, whether consciously or unconsciously. Archangel Michael says that every sincere connection leaves a mark upon the spirit. Some marks inspire healing, others inspire courage, and still others encourage deeper self-understanding. The journey itself becomes part of the transformation. Type Amen and receive this message with gratitude. As time moves forward, clarity often replaces confusion. Feelings that once seemed complicated begin making sense. Priorities shift, perspectives mature, and emotional truths become easier to acknowledge. Last night reflected part of that process. The response that surprised everyone was not merely an isolated moment. It represented the visible expression of invisible growth. It reflected lessons learned, emotions accepted, and understanding gained through experience. You may not always see the ways your presence has influenced another person's journey. Yet influence does not require constant visibility to remain real. The impact of kindness, authenticity, and genuine connection often continues long after specific moments have passed. My beloved child, allow yourself to release the pressure of needing every answer immediately. Life unfolds through seasons, and each season carries wisdom designed for its own time. Trust that clarity arrives when it can be received most fully. There is strength in remaining grounded while circumstances continue evolving around you. There is wisdom in allowing life to reveal its lessons naturally rather than forcing outcomes before they are ready. Last night serves as a reminder that some developments happen exactly when they are meant to happen. The conversation may already be over, yet its significance continues moving outward like gentle ripples across water. The words spoken have completed their journey into the world, and their energy continues influencing those connected to them. What matters now is not chasing every detail of what occurred. What matters is recognizing the larger message hidden within the experience. Growth is happening. Understanding is deepening. Emotional truths are becoming harder to ignore. The path ahead remains unwritten, and that is part of its beauty. New chapters emerge through patience, self-respect, and trust in the process of becoming. Continue focusing on your own growth, your own peace, and your own purpose. The energy surrounding this message encourages confidence rather than worry. It reminds you that genuine connections possess a quiet strength capable of enduring uncertainty. What is authentic does not need constant proof to remain meaningful. Carry this message with a calm heart today. Let it inspire hope without attachment, faith without pressure, and gratitude without expectation. Remember that some of the most important transformations begin long before anyone else can see them. And as this chapter continues unfolding, may you walk forward knowing that every meaningful connection carries lessons, blessings, and opportunities for growth. May you trust the timing of your journey, honor the wisdom you have gained, and welcome the future with an open spirit, knowing that what was revealed last night was only one small glimpse of a much larger story still being written. The story did not end with that conversation, because the true meaning of certain moments continues unfolding long after the words have been spoken. Sometimes a single sentence can awaken memories, emotions, and realizations that have been quietly waiting beneath the surface for a long time. Last night became a reflection of everything that had been building within your person, even during the moments when they appeared distant or uncertain. There is a difference between simply thinking about someone and truly recognizing the impact they have had on your life. Your person began seeing that difference more clearly, understanding that your presence was connected to feelings they could not easily replace. The answer they gave carried the weight of someone who had finally stopped ignoring what their heart had been trying to express. The people around them may have noticed a change in their energy after speaking about you. It was not only the words that created a reaction, but the emotion behind them. There was a quiet softness, a sense of reflection, and a feeling that something important had been acknowledged. Many times, people hide their deepest emotions because they fear misunderstanding or vulnerability. They create distance not because they feel nothing, but because they are trying to understand everything happening inside them. Last night showed a small opening in that guarded space, allowing a deeper truth to be seen. Comment 555 if you feel this message reached you at the right moment. Your connection has carried its own unique rhythm, with moments of closeness and moments of silence. Every stage has brought lessons that shaped both hearts in different ways. The distance, the waiting, and the personal growth were not empty spaces, they became places where understanding developed. Your person has been reflecting on memories that still hold meaning. Small details, old conversations, and moments that once seemed ordinary may have gained a different importance with time. Sometimes people understand the value of something more clearly when they have had the space to look back. The answer that surprised everyone came from a place of emotional honesty. It showed that your presence was not forgotten or easily dismissed. Instead, your name carried a feeling that remained connected to something deeper within them. The universe often works through simple moments rather than dramatic scenes. A conversation, a memory, or a passing thought can become the doorway through which someone finally understands what their heart has been trying to reveal. Type Amen if you believe peaceful changes are unfolding. There is a gentle power in knowing that you do not need to force your place in someone's heart. What is meaningful naturally leaves an impression. Your energy, your kindness, and the moments you shared have created memories that continue to exist beyond what you can currently observe. Your person may still be discovering how to express everything they feel. Some emotions require time before they can be transformed into clear actions. The heart often moves slowly because it wants to be certain before revealing what matters most. This moment was not about proving anything to anyone. It was about a hidden truth becoming visible. It was about a person realizing that some connections cannot be explained only through logic because they touch something much deeper. Archangel Michael says that inner transformation often begins quietly, like a small light appearing in darkness. With patience and self-awareness, that light grows stronger and reveals what was once difficult to see. Every soul has its own timing for understanding. The energy around this message invites you to focus on your own inner peace as well. Your journey is not only about another person's realization, but also about the strength, wisdom, and growth you have developed along the way. Every experience has shaped you into someone who understands love, patience, and emotional depth in a different way. The lessons you have gained are valuable because they have expanded your heart and your awareness. The moment from last night may have surprised others, but it also represented something much larger. It showed that feelings can evolve quietly, and sometimes the most important changes happen when nobody is trying to create them. Comment 333 and keep your heart open to positive energy. The next chapters of life are created through choices, growth, and the courage to remain authentic. You are entering a period where understanding becomes clearer, not because everything changes instantly, but because your perspective becomes stronger. The answer your person gave was a reminder that emotions cannot always be hidden forever. What someone carries inside eventually finds a way to appear, whether through words, actions, or the subtle changes in how they see the world. The beauty of this journey is that it is teaching both hearts something important. It is showing the value of honesty, emotional maturity, and the ability to recognize meaningful connections without losing yourself in the process. My beloved child, remember that your worth has never depended on another person's timing or recognition. Your light exists because of who you are, the love you carry, and the growth you continue choosing every day. The revelation from last night is a gentle reminder that life contains many unseen moments of transformation. Not every important shift is announced loudly. Some arrive quietly, changing everything from within before the outside world notices. The heart speaks in ways that are sometimes impossible to predict. A person can spend months trying to understand their emotions, only to realize in one honest moment what has been present all along. May you continue walking forward with calm confidence, knowing that your journey is still unfolding. The chapters ahead hold opportunities for deeper understanding, emotional healing, and meaningful growth. Type Amen if you are ready for a new chapter filled with peace.